a song that it is impossible for me not to sing along with the last line. Unless I'm about to go on air and Cody's motioning to me that the microphone is hot, then I wait.
I give you the producer's finger.
Yes.
And I say, you're on.
You do a fantastic job of it, Cody. And on a beautiful day that's going to be sunny or partly sunny all day and is going to get up into the 80s.
80s, oh yeah.
It's just a warm-up for tomorrow, Saturday, 90 degrees and sunny tomorrow.
Woo!
At least it's sunny.
It's not time to...
stay hydrated.
It's not quite time to close down that swimming pool. There's still time.
That's right. Just get out your sombreros. Keep the sun off your head to some extent. Good morning. We are thrilled because it is time for one of our favorite features at WFRN, Triple P Parenting with Trisha, Triple P with Trish. Trisha, good morning.
Good morning.
Hey, good morning.
How are you doing?
I'm well. How are you guys?
Good. Thank you for brightening up the studio as you're dressed in bright, summery colors.
No problem.
We complimented Trisha on her bright red sweater.
It's very bright.
It's like a summer sweater.
Yeah, it's a summer sweater. My
And
mom got it for me.
You told us, I hope I don't embarrass your hubby. You told us about a color of car that your husband has driven around?
Yes, his first car when we were dating way back in the day, back before it was popular, was bright neon green. So he took his dark blue car, stripped it down, primed it, fixed it, and painted it bright neon green.
Oh, he actually made it bright neon green.
Oh, yeah. He did like the whole shebang.
See,
Yep. Nice and subtle.
I feel like your hubby, I feel like he provided a service for many of the rest of us, because I wouldn't have a bright neon green car, but I love seeing a car like that.
Yeah,
it just
me too.
brightens my day
I'm
up.
glad those bright cars are out there.
Yeah.
So
it's
now,
his favorite color, and I like it too. So
this was up in the northern hinterlands, eh?
Petoskey, Michigan.
Petoskey, Michigan.
Yep.
You moved down here to the tropics. Of
Yeah,
Michigan.
it's so much warmer down here.
And we're so glad you did, because you're just you're a core part of the Triple P Elkhart County team, blessing people all over the area. We're going to talk about some free classes in a little bit that are regularly provided in the area that you can be part of wherever you're listening this morning. But always great insight and tips about parenting. I never go through an episode of Triple P with Trisha as one of the radio hosts without learning something, without making a note to myself. So I'm excited. Trisha, what's today's topic?
Today we're going to talk about separation problems.
Oh.
Or challenges, or if your child is dealing with like a separation anxiety. I want to talk about that because school's starting. So there's some kids that are going to be going off to preschool or kindergarten for the first time, and that's a big deal for them.
New building for a lot of kids. New teacher for almost every child.
Yeah. Even if they've been to school before, going to a new building and then, switching from elementary school to middle school.
Yeah. Which kids are going to be in my class or not be in my class this year? Will there be somebody who kind of wants to sit with me at lunch, just to play with me at recess?
Yeah.
Big deal.
Yeah, it's a very common struggle a lot of parents have, and we get that question quite a bit at Triple P. And so even with babysitters or even just mom going off to work, can be a really big deal. So let's talk about that today.
Okay, yes.
So to help yourself and your child deal with the separation, you need to prepare yourself and your child ahead of time. So let them know, hey, this is going to be happening. I'm going to be dropping you off at school. Let's go drive by the school today and see what it looks like.
So don't just wake up the first day of school and say, hey, you're going to school. Bye.
Yeah. Don't
Bad
do that.
strategy.
If you can, drive by the school or the babysitter's house or wherever it's going to be and be like, hey, let's go check out this building. Make it familiar, make it exciting, play I Spy. I don't know, have fun with it, but just get them familiar with the space.
Oh, I love that, the idea of making a game out of it, associating a game with it. Yes.
Yeah.
Love that.
I like to do that a lot.
Fun into it. Yeah, very cool. Very cool.
Schools, they often have the orientation day. If you can go to that, go to that. That's really great for your child to meet the teacher or the daycare staff so they can get familiar with the people, get familiar with the inside. I know, my sense of smell is not super strong, but other people can smell smells I can't smell. So who knows? It might smell very different foreign to a child.
Are you comparing yourself to other women? Because you probably still have a better sense of smell than I do.
I
Women
don't know.
often have a much more acute sense of smell than men.
Okay, one of my good friends, she definitely does, but I think my husband's better than I am too.
Okay.
He can successfully cook anything.
That's cool. Very cool. As he drives around in his green neon car.
That thing's died.
So even the smells, that's a cool thought. Whether the child thinks about it or not, our brains are processing so many things that we don't necessarily think about consciously. And so even the familiarity of the smells can help. Cool idea.
Yeah. And when you do go to leave or drop them off, give them a heads up on about how much time it's going to take. So if you're going to go off to the movies and dinner with your hubby or whatever, say like, hey, you're going to stay with grandma, you're going to have dinner with grandma, and I'll be back before you go to bed. Like, put it in a time frame that your child would understand.
With my 3-year-old son, Luke, I often will speak in terms of whatever his current favorite show is. So
I
like
used
right
to
now,
do that.
Yes,
he'll say, Daddy, how
too.
long? And I'll say, buddy, it's going to be as long as 3 Daniel Tigers would be one thing I might say.
It's a good show,
Okay.
too.
And he can, yeah, it is a good show. And he can imagine that in his mind. Or I'll say, it'll be as long as 1 Ferdinand.
Yeah.
You know, a movie he's seen recently that he likes. So, yeah.
What is the show that your kids like?
They are into, there's the show in the afternoons. It's Wildcrats.
Wow.
They love
Yeah,
Yes,
that's
yes.
a great show.
It's fun.
Wildcrats and Word Girl were the shows for my kids to help them associate time.
I love how the Wildcats brothers, they're brothers, right? I love how their
Yes.
age is preserved in their animated alter
Yes,
egos.
yes, that's always kind of the joke that we make. It's like, oh, they're cartoons now, and 15 years younger.
Not aging at all. Okay, so great idea. Help the child think through the time in ways they can relate to.
Yeah, and,
very cool.
And get ready, like you get a diaper bag ready, you have a busy bag ready. Have something ready if they're going to a sitter's house with some things that could be familiar. If they have a comfort item, maybe familiar snack foods. Make it fun. Help them pack their backpack. You know, plan ahead. Get them
That's
involved.
cool. Involve them in preparation. Then they're part of what's happening to them. It's not just happening to them.
Yeah.
Very cool.
And then
Man, this is good
it helps
stuff.
take away some of the unknowns.
Are you
'cause
listening
then
out there? This is really good stuff. I know you are. Sorry.
It's a great quality time when they do that with you. And then it's a great time for them to ask you a bunch of questions and to just keep reassuring them.
This is so good. And I know somebody in their car just said, yes, Doug, we're listening. And we're not talking over Trisha like you are. So, Trisha, thank you. This is really good stuff. Now, a lot of this stuff and similar type resources are posted at the go-to resource of your website.
Yes, PPLCartCounty.org. We have a Facebook page. Every week there's a weekly tip put out there with a little more detail. So visit us there.
Before we go, I want to ask about the moment
Dun,
of separation. The time where you have to go, okay, Daddy's going to go, bye.
That's a great
and
question.
And then at the last minute, they want to cling one more time. And then you're like, oh, no. Now what do I do?
And your heart's sinking as
Yes.
a parent.
Because
but
you
yet
just
you know
because you
gotta
want
do
to
the right
stay
thing.
there
Yeah.
all day with them, too.
You want to stay with them. Like, yeah, get back in the car, buddy.
You know you
Let's
gotta
just
go.
Yeah.
That's a really great question. Thanks for asking. What you want to do is you want to have a really quick, simple to understand routine. So let's imagine I'm dropping my kids off at Grandma's house. We're going to go in. We're going to say hi to Grandma. We're going to find you something to play with. And then after that, you're going to hug Mommy, and Mommy's going to go bye. So I'm going to go
And you
bye-bye.
tell them this game
Tell
plan.
them, yes. So and reassure them, okay, we found you something to do. It's time to give Mom a hug. Bye-bye. And then when you say bye, you need to calmly and confidently walk out the door.
Yeah.
No matter what.
Some of the most painful moments is that I've been through as a parent is dropping a child off, at Sunday school, and they're still 2 or 3 years old, and they just want to go. And you got to go. The best thing to do for everybody involved is for me to leave and to let the situation just kind of evolve into its next thing.
And Cody, you are at an advanced level compared to me. I'm still working on leaving the room when I kiss Luke goodnight without too many more good nights. I love you.
Right. Like
blowing kisses.
It's better for me. It's better for them. It's better for the people working in the room.
Exactly.
And it's just hard. And the best thing that I've come to know, and you can maybe even help me out if there's a better way, is just to stay positive about the whole thing. Like, this is not, even though it's killing me inside to have this situation happen, I just keep a smile on my face, make sure that they know that this is all okay. And then I say, okay, well, I'll see you in a little bit. Bye-bye. I love you.
Exactly.
And then I got to walk away.
That's good stuff,
That's
Cody.
great.
Yeah. Even though the separation has to occur, it's a major center strength point for them to know that daddy's okay.
Yes.
That's good. That's
Because
so
if I'm
good.
crying, that's not going to help.
No, that will definitely freak a child out. Yeah, so calmly and confidently walking away shows them that, hey, I trust Grandma or the teacher at daycare with your life. It's okay. I'm going to come back for you. You are safe.
Trisha, for the many, many WFRN family members and listeners who have told us, and we love Triple P, and would love more of Triple P, they can have an entire hour or more at a time at your live events, and they're completely free.
Absolutely. So check us out at tripplepelkhартcounty.org. Just shove it in the Google if you can't do all that. It pops up. The school year is starting. During the school year, we do tend to have quite a few more events. So there's a lot that are coming up real fast. Okay. And that will just continue to snowball and get bigger throughout the school year.
Okay. All of those events and resources at tripplepelkhартcounty.org. Trisha, thank you.
Thanks,
Trisha.
See you next week.
.org. Trisha,